Okay, here we are live. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I know I am. I can't complain. Today's live stream, I'm going to kind of recap the week and let you know how things have gone on my end. And so let me know how your week's been. You know, it's been pretty calm other than 2 hours after my live stream last week, which you guys know about. I did the video on it with my wife in the truck. So I can talk a little more in detail about that if you'd like. Whatever it is you want to know about, hear about, talk about, it's all free game today. I don't have a specific subject. I just want to be able to talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about. So let me put my headphones on. I can make sure you're hearing me okay. Yeah, things look good. Yeah, let me know if the sound and everything's okay. It sounds good on my end. So the video, I got to work on my lighting. That's the next step here. I'm getting the bright reflection coming from the window, and it's dark over on this side, but we'll work on it. Like I said, I'm new to all this, so I look forward to just talking to you guys. This is the highlight of my week. It really is. So welcome. Let me know who's here, who isn't here. Obviously, nobody that isn't here can't let me know, but come on board. We got 4 people right now. Let me know how things are going on your end. Like to hear from you. Sounds good, Joe. Hey, there he is, Big D. Dennis, how you doing, buddy? Okay, good. I'm gonna try my soundboard again. I don't know. Let me know if that's working. We did work on it. My wife's not here to open her stream. She went to help her sister this morning. And before she did, I told her, I said, please don't go. She said, why, what's the matter? I said, last week when you left during my live stream, you had the accident with the truck. I said, I'm feeling nervous. She said, stop it. So yeah, she's gone. We got a big celebration coming up Friday up at her family's. It's like a fiesta festival. I'll probably cover it. I'll do some video on it. We're expecting around 500 people showing up. So it's a big event. We get an 800-pound pig. That just right there alone, and that's not all the food we got. It's going to be nuts. When you have like 500 people show up, it's a lot of food, a lot of soda, a lot of beer, a lot of food, a lot of good times. So I'll cover some of that for you guys, so you can check it out. So Dennis, how's things on your end? You had a good week or what? Thanks for your support, by the way. Once I get my wife situated with the truck, it's been a good week. We still don't have a truck. We're using my brother-in-law's for now. One thing about the Philippines, everything takes a lot of time. We haven't even heard back from the insurance company yet. So we're still waiting on that. But it's fine. Is what it is, as long as it's all covered, which they tell us it is. But the longer it drags out, the more nervous I get. I mean, I can pay for it, but I'd rather not. I just had a left side mower removed yesterday. Cracked. Oh no. Pretty sore, but already okay. Well, that's good. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's best that you had it done. It's never easy. So I'm glad you're here, Dennis. Thank you very much. We'll hopefully get some others on. We got 4 on right now, but it takes time. People, I know how it is. As I always say, they're on Filipino time. So yeah, so after today's live stream, I got a lot of yard work to do, a lot of things to do outside, and then I'm going to go up there to help get ready for the big celebration that's coming up. So that's a lot of work, yard work, things like that up there. Um, we're looking forward to it. We did it last year and it was crazy. They do it every year. One thing about the Philippines, they're always celebrating something. So when you come over here, get ready. Every day is like a celebration of something, whether it's a birthday or and usually they don't need an excuse. Took a little getting used to it first because in America the two biggest parties we had or celebrations were New Year's and 4th of July. And then pretty much Christmas, family holiday, everybody pretty much stayed home. Same with Thanksgiving. We just didn't have time to do all that stuff over there. But it's kind of nice now. Um, just not have a plan and go with the flow. That's what I should name my channel, Go with the Flow Joe, because that's really what I am. I go with the flow with pretty much everything. So anybody else out there got anything they want to talk about, any comments, please let me know. Thanks a lot for your support. I got to 1590. My subscribers are up to 1590. I need 10 more to get to my 1600. So I'm getting there. It's a struggle. It really is. You got to keep putting content out and hope that YouTube promotes it. I'm still not sure about how they do things. I've been told that, you've got to be consistent, which I am. Obviously, you got to put good content out there, and that's not up for me to decide. That's up for you to decide. I have a great base. You guys that follow me all the time are awesome, and it's really helping me out. So I just need to build my base is what I need to do. So yeah, if I can get to 1600, that would be pretty cool. And that's my goal. I've got, what's today? 17th, I don't even know what, no, 18th. Okay. So yeah, I've got, 10 days to get 10 subscribers. So I need one a day. And then I've got, what do I got? 3 supers for the month. So my goal is to 5. So I'm getting there. I'm getting close. And then what do I got? 6 members. So I'm 4 short on membership. But we'll get there. I mean, goals, I always try to set goals. And that's always a big thing to me. And everybody should. You should set a goal. Even if it's a daily thing. What do you want to do today? What do you want to accomplish for today? Today is obviously the live stream. And then after that, I want to get the yard work done and then go help out, get ready for the celebration at my sister-in-law's. So my day's pretty busy today. And then we're working on our outside project. We were going to try to work on that today, but we got too many other things going on. I will show you. I'll do a short video on it, on what we're doing. It's pretty cool. We've already started it, and we got some progress made. I need to get some stone, some white stone. We bought 4 bags. We need about 3 more to finish the stonework on the side of the house. I got some plants I want to pick up, some trees and shrubs to do up by the garage. That's on my list of things to do around the house outside. Oh, we got to finish the seating area at the edge of the pool that my wife wants. That's on the list. So yeah, there's always something to do. But I don't mind. That's why I'm here. I don't want to just sit around, do nothing. I like to keep busy. If you don't, you're just going to melt away, as I say. But the weather's been off and on over here. It's been kind of rainy, actually, which that's fine. I watered the trees and shrubs the other day, the plants and shrubs the other day, and then that night it poured. So, but it saves you a lot of work when it rains here. and we haven't had a dry spell in quite some time. Just before we moved here in August of 2024, they went 4 months without rain. So when we did get here, everything around here was pretty much dead. The grass was all brown. A lot of the trees and shrubs were pretty much dead. But then it's been a lot of rain since that point, and everything looks good out there. So, and we have sprinklers and we water everything when it does forecast a dry spell, but there really hasn't been one. So it's been kind of cool. I like things looking green, looking lush, and looking presentable. It's like a hobby for me, actually. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I like to see things grow. It's pretty cool. But that's part of being old, I guess. It was 30 years ago. That was the last thing from my mind. But that's you need hobbies when you get older. I got all kinds of things. I got the YouTube channel. That's my hobby. Working outside the yard. That's my hobby. My model railroad. That's my hobby. I get probably too many. My sports card collecting, although I'm not collecting anymore. I don't know if there's anything over here or not. I should look into it. What they have for collectibles. Something else I want to do, I mentioned before, is I want to get into metal detectors. That would be fun. I do want to do that. I've got to look into how much I can pick a metal detector up for. I want to get a good one. I don't want to get something that's no good. I purchase it. I want it to be something that's going to make a difference. They have metal detectors out there that don't pick up junky steel, metal, things like that. You can focus on coins and coins only. And that's kind of what I want. So I'll be looking around. That's down the road. I mean, it's not a priority. Like I said, I got so much else going on. And then, of course, in May, we're taking off, going back to the U.S. I'm not sure. Probably going to stay 2 months. Maybe not that long. It depends on, we got to get somebody here at the house to take care of the house, take care of the pool, take care of the dog. We got somebody pretty much lined up. My wife's niece, they lived here for over a year until we moved here. So they've already come out and said, yeah, they'd be willing to go ahead and take care of the place for us. So that's awesome. We pretty much got that lined up. We're waiting on my son to get his passport back from the school. He needed it to apply for his foreign visa, student visa. As soon as we get that back, we're getting the tickets. And we're supposed to have it back either the end of this week or beginning of next week. Depends on whether it's Filipino time. We paid extra money to get it moved up, actually. Yeah, I'm not patient when it comes to things like that. When it comes to a passport, I don't want to be waiting around too long. We don't really want to book the tickets to go to the U.S. until he has his passport, because you never know what can happen. You go spend that kind of money, and then all of a sudden his passport's gone, lost, or whatever the case may be. Then you're pretty much thrown $700-800 out the window. So we need his passport before we order the tickets. Pretty much told my wife we're not doing it until we get it. But they assured us everything will be fine. It's okay. But yeah, talking about the truck, when she had the accident, obviously I was just done with you guys last Wednesday, and then she called me with the bad news, and I'm in a straight panic. I'm on my way, my brother's truck had an accident, and I said, are you okay? She said, yes, I'm okay, but we got to go to the police department. And she says, get ready, I'm picking you up. And I'm like, okay. And then she said, I'll just tell you the whole story when I get there to pick you up. And so, which then my mind is running 100 miles an hour. Did the truck get totaled? Did somebody else get hurt? I mean, why is she going to the police department? All these things that 10 minutes felt like a week. I'm outside by the gate waiting. It seemed like she was never going to get here. And then she finally gets here. And of course, I get in the truck and I said, "What's going on? What happened? Is anybody else hurt?" She said, "No, no, no." Because I hit a rock and it destroyed the underneath of the steering column, the panel underneath, or the casing, I should say. She said, "I'm fine, but the truck, we can't drive it." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine as long as you're okay." And I said, "Why are we going to the police department?" And she said, "Well, we need to go there because I got to file an accident report type thing." And she said, "Well, they didn't come out there." She says, "No, it was up in such and such a place. It's pretty remote. When you go to the province up here, anywhere in the province region, you're talking about, you're in the mountains, okay? This was not a paved road. It's like almost like a hiking trail type thing. And it's not a lot of cars, trucks. You don't see any cars going up in those regions, mostly trucks. And she went up through there with our truck and she hit that rock and she didn't realize she didn't have enough clearance on the rock. Thought she had enough, went over it, and that's when that occurred. So it wasn't a high speed thing. It was just, she shouldn't have gone over it. She could have gone around it. When I went up and looked, it could have been avoided. So, but what happens? It's not a big deal. So then we had to file the police report so that we could go to the insurance company. She had already called the insurance. They assured us that everything was fine. You will be covered. You have 100% coverage. You're only responsible for towing the truck and your deductible. I said, "Okay, how much is the deductible?" And it's 8,000 peso, which, oh boy, that's about, I guess it's around $115 or something like that. So, and then the tow is 6,000 peso, which was $100 roughly. So the whole thing was about $225. So I'm not, it's fine. Could be a lot worse. So yeah, now we're still waiting on the insurance company to give us a clearance. It's been 5 days, I guess, since we filed it with them. And we're still waiting on them. We got the estimate to get it fixed, and it was 221,000 peso, which is over 2,000 US dollars. And when we went to the Ford garage and they showed me the estimate, I was like, I didn't say anything, but I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. But what they've done, this is what these companies do, and they do it in the US too. They go in, they look everything over, and they replace things that 99% of the time don't have to be replaced. They're taking advantage of the insurance company. And this is part of the reason why insurance rates are so expensive. They don't care. They know it's fully covered. If it wasn't fully covered, we probably would have got that fixed for less than 100,000 peso. And even the insurance company said that. He looked at it and he's like, "Yeah, this is crazy." And what they do is they negotiate it, because he's like, "Now we're not going to pay this." He said, "But don't you worry, that's between us. We fight with these guys all the time." And we end up negotiating it because, they'll just say, "Now we're going to take it somewhere else. You're not going to get any business." And then, so they're fighting it out is what's going on right now. But I hope it doesn't go too much longer because I missed the truck, number one. I even told the wife, after we get the approval to go ahead, then I'm told it's going to take 10 days to get the parts for the truck. So there's another 10 days. And then who knows how long it's going to take to fix it, because they're going to have to schedule it in. So this is probably going to go on for at least a month. I'm planning on a month plus. So what we're doing now is I'm checking. I don't want to keep my brother-in-law's truck tied up, even though he's in Australia. He doesn't care. But what if something happens to his truck? I know he has insurance, but if something happens to his truck, then I just don't feel comfortable. So I'm looking at a rental, and we're just trying to find out if a rental is covered under my insurance. And then if it is, then I'll go ahead and rent something out. So that's kind of where I stand on the whole truck issue. It's just more of a headache than it is anything else. Um, I hate dealing with this stuff, but you know what? You have to. It's part of life. Things happen. So, what do you guys got out there? Anybody got anything interesting? I hope they don't jack. Yeah, I know, Dennis. I've got to. That's my concern too. And if they do, we had like 3 or 4 insurance companies going after our business last year when we made the decision to go with these guys. So I'll shop around if it goes up a little bit, that's fine. I'm not but if it goes up like 10,000 peso or something stupid, then no, forget about it. If it goes up 1 or 2,000 peso, then that's fine. $20, $40, I'm not going to raise a stink about that. Are Ford parts readily available out there? Well, that's the issue. That's why it takes 10 days. They're available, but they're coming from Manila. And then it depends on whether or not Manila has them in stock. If Manila doesn't have what we need in stock, then they've got to order it. And I think they come from Japan. None of these parts are coming from the US, from what I'm told. Ford is made in Japan, okay? And then they ship the trucks and the parts and everything over here. When I first came here to the Philippines, there was no Ford dealership. There was nothing. It was pretty much Toyota, and that was it. Nissan, Suzuki. There was no Chevy. There was no, God, they got Chevy now. They got Mercedes-Benz. They have Ford. They even have Tesla. So, Philippines has grown a lot. So, but you're paying too. My truck, what did I pay? We bought it cash about 3-4 weeks after we moved here, and we paid, I think it was 29,000 US dollar. But that's the price of a used pickup in the US. Cheap. Just cheap. Because I vowed I would never buy a new truck again, or a car. It's the first truck I've actually ever owned in my life. But for 29,000 brand new, it'd be stupid not to buy a new truck. So that's what we did. I think the new trucks, pretty much standard price in the US, are like anywhere from 60,000 up to 80,000, depending on what you buy. You couldn't buy our truck over there for less than 60. There's no way. So I basically paid half price for a brand new truck here. But the parts are like US pricing over here. They're expensive. Not quite as expensive, but they're expensive. You're going to pay more for service and things like that because it's a foreign truck. And I understand that going in. And we knew that. But, and I've never owned a Ford, actually, first time. I've always been a big Chevy fan, always owned all Chevys, we had a Hummer, we had all that stuff. That Hummer we owned was the best vehicle I ever owned. That thing was a rock. You couldn't destroy that thing if you had to. And actually I saw one of those over here. I saw a guy driving a Hummer over here, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I wanted to go talk to the guy and say, where'd you get that? Because I would have bought one of those here in a hurry. They don't make them obviously anymore, but you can probably find them over here. And the thing about vehicles here, they don't rust. There's no rust per se, depending on where you are. If you're down by the ocean, they tend to get rusty, but you got to look around. But yeah, if you could find something like that with no rust, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But yeah, I want to make a comment about my video yesterday that I did on the scamming that's going on. What to look for. I had a comment this morning about half an hour before I went on the line with you guys live from I think he might be a subscriber. I'm not sure actually. But he told me about an experience that he had where he exchanged money with some lady. She asked him, is there any way you can break this bill, blah, blah, blah. It was like 2,000 peso. And he was like, yeah, I can break that. It was like two 1,000 peso bills. And he says, well, yeah, I can do that for you. No problem. I got change. So he did. And then he used that money to go buy something somewhere, and it ended up being counterfeit money. And this was exactly one of the messages I gave yesterday in that video. And I was so thankful that he brought that up, because it made me feel good. This is why I try to do these videos for you guys, to let you know that this stuff does happen. It hasn't happened to me, but I've heard of it happening. And then to have somebody come on and actually tell me about his experience where that did happen was pretty cool. So it made me feel good about the video, that if people watch it and listen to the advice, then it could save you money. Nothing happened to him. He called it in and turned it in. That's what he did. Hey, Mark, everything's great. Thank you very much. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming on board. And Dennis has got a comment. What does it cost if you fill your gas tank over here? No, it's actually, we spend, well, what do we spend? We spend about 4,000 peso. Yeah, so 4,000 peso, what is that? 20? It's about, yeah, you're about right, Dennis. It's about, yeah, it's about right. $60, $70 is about what it is here on that truck. Because diesel's a lot more expensive here than it is over there. We're paying over $4 a gallon for diesel, is what it figures out to. I know, well, I should say, I'm not sure what diesel prices are in the US now, but I know our diesel is more expensive than your gas is over there right now. So yeah, it's about 4,000 a month is what we're spending, which is about $60 to $70 a month in fuel. And that depends on where we go, how much we drive. Okay. We haven't made any big road trips, so it hasn't been too bad. But that's probably the average right there, 60 to 70 a month. So Mark, what's up with you? How you been? How's your week going? Uneventful for me. I was just talking about the truck incident that my wife had, and that whole process. And it's a slow slog, but it'll get straightened out. Other than that, I've just been busy around the house doing things, enjoying life pretty much. I don't have any complaints. There's no reason to complain about anything over here. You just take it in stride. It is what it is. Something happens, it happens. Which kind of brings me to the point that you never know from one day to the next what you're going to wake up to. Last Wednesday when I spent my hour and a half with you guys, I didn't know. My wife took off, and we didn't wake up knowing we were going to have an accident with the truck. So you take every day as it approaches you and try to eliminate any possible things that can happen, but it's impossible to eliminate everything. It's not going to happen, But I like to do these videos about, like yesterday, the scamming video, so that people think about what they're doing before they actually do it. Because you can prevent a lot of those, like the guy with the woman building the house. That cost him about 170,000 US dollars. And he was not even on the freaking mortgage or anything, because they weren't even married. That's just pure stupidity. I don't actually feel bad for somebody like that, because you're not using your head to go out and agree to buy land, which the family already owned, which he didn't know at the time. And then go ahead and say, yeah, let's build a house. We'll get married when I get there. You are setting yourself up for trouble. There's so many red lights there that you can't make it up. But unfortunately, these guys, if this woman was like 30 years younger than him, good looking woman, the whole 9 yards. He was like thinking trophy wife, take care of her. And this is very common. There's actually networks over here, guys, that do this to multiple guys. They sit in call centers and they just string 5 and 6 and 7 guys along at the same time. Oh, my phone's broke. My mom's sick. My kid needs money for books for school. They do this to multiple people, multiple guys. That's what they. That's how they make their money. Um, it happens a lot in call centers. They get a job at a call center as like uh, some type of ploy, and they're actually not being employed. They're using the call center as a base to scam people. So you've got to be very careful. Just keep your money close to your vest. Don't spend it until you're absolutely comfortable. And if you're going to make a big purchase, don't do it online. Do it in person. Fly over here with your lady. If you're not married, go check things out before you do it. And if you're building a house, do a 25, 30-year lease on the land. So your name's attached to the house. That's what I've done here. I'm on the title. I'm on this place. I own this place. If something happens to my wife, I'm all set. God forbid, but I'm in no means in trouble if something would ever happen to her. And these are the kind of things you got to do. You've got to pay attention. Um, Dumb decisions cost you money. It really does. I mean, unless you don't care about money, I guess I'm too cheap. Because I've worked hard for my money my whole life, and I'm not the kind of guy that gives it away very easily. I mean, I do help a lot of people, don't get me wrong, but it's for the right cause. Oh, Mark, it is really surprising they don't have the concept. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Yeah, the titles are a huge issue here. I know I've mentioned it before. The mother title, it's almost impossible to buy something. Um, you need to make sure you get the title fully vetted before you do buy anything here. Otherwise, you could spend a lot of money and not even own it. They're not, the mother title. Oh no, we get 10 people attached to this property. You need all 10 people to sign off on it. And if one says no, and it happens all the time, you'll get one holdout and they'll say, well, for X amount of pesos, for 10,000 pesos, I will sign off on it. That's so common here. And I don't know why the government doesn't step in and say, no more of this. This cannot happen. Because, so many people get scammed on real estate and insurance. I'm not insurance, but titles. But yeah, and title insurance should be mandatory. It's a good point, Mark. I never thought of that. But that would solve a lot of problems. You'd get a lot of people wouldn't get scammed if that were the case, because now the insurance company is going to be on the hook. So that's a good point. I should check that out. Maybe it is available and I just don't know that. But I'll be talking to my insurance company. I will find out. I don't think it is, because I know we don't have it. We have our title and everything's good. We had the lawyer and the whole 9 yards, but we don't have title insurance because it actually wasn't needed for our case. But things are so much different when it comes to real estate here than it is in America. I mean, one thing about America, you're covered all the way through the process of your real estate purchase. It's not even a concern. Over here, it's a crapshoot, depending on who you're buying the property from and what the status of the title is. And you got to be careful with builders. Old dog, new tricks. He got taken for quite a bit of money from a contractor that was doing a bunch of work, and then he paid him a lot of money, and the guy never did the work, never showed up. He's done videos on it. So even on contractors. And this contractor, I believe, was an American. He was an expat. So, you get another expat out here that thinks, oh, I can trust him. Well, he ended up scamming like 30 guys. Um, so that was it's still ongoing. They're all still fighting for their money, but good luck. And this was an expat. That's what really kind of surprised me. But yeah, so they're out here scamming people too. All right, Mark says, I am not sure I could ever get comfortable with putting title in another person's name. It may not be that the person I am worried about, but the family can really put a lot. Yeah. You're right. You're exactly right. It's a very uncomfortable situation. It worked out really good for me. I mean, I'm on the title to the house, obviously, me and my wife. And if something were to happen to both of us, our son would take over the property. And so it's you got to make hard decisions. You really do. It wasn't hard for me. We spent a lot of time researching this. We spent a lot of time contacting the right people to go through the process. And we got, I don't know if we got lucky. I don't think we got lucky. I just think that through our research and due diligence and our patience is the number one virtue. You need patience here. You can't be the guy that just says, oh, this looks good, I'm going to buy it. And then boom, send them the money. You can't do that. You need patience. If you have it here, you'll be fine. If you don't, you could get scammed. So be prepared. Mark, is your next home a buy? My next home is going to be a build. I've already got it planned out, and this thing's going to be my dream home. It's going to be right on the ocean, and I'm going to call it the Southern White House. And you're probably saying, what? What's this all about? It's going to be a replica of the White House in America, but right on the ocean, with the front of the house being nothing but glass. So when you walk into this house, the front's going to look like you go into the White House. It's got something to do with the columns, the whole 9 yards. And then when you walk in, you're going to see nothing but ocean. The whole front of the house is going to be nothing but glass. And it's going to be 2-story. It's going to be 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool out in front. I've got it all envisioned already. I've actually got the blueprints sketched down on paper. I know exactly what I want. So that's my dream home. That's a couple years away before we start that, because I got some work to do here to sell this place. I got to get solar done, got to paint the house. I want to put in a new kitchen here. There's a bunch of things I got to do, but it's not, I got to put a roof on the garage. The driveway, my wife found some sealant for the driveway. So that's another project coming up. So yeah, there's always something to do. But then when I get this house situated, I've already been told by the realtor they won't have a problem selling this place because of where it's located. It's quiet. It's got good sized property. It's got a pool. She said, I could sell this place right off. I said, okay. And she's telling me 16 million. And so she guarantees I can get that for you. And that's before I do the work around the place that I want to do. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. There's no rush to sell. I just want things done before it's sold because I want it fixed the way I want it fixed. So whoever buys this place is going to walk into a really good home. Mark, love that. How is the design process? You should do some. Yeah, I really haven't done a lot of design yet. I know it's really in my head right now, Mark, how I want it set up. I just haven't put it down on paper. A rough sketch, but it's going to be pretty cool. Everything I've got in my head. Yeah, eventually I will do a video on that because it's going to be awesome, but it's a ways away. It's a couple years away. So When this whole project gets going, there's going to be video from day one. So I'm excited about it already, and it's a ways away. But it's it's in my head. It's envisioned. I first of all I got to find the land, and that's going to be the first challenge. And I know that finding the land's going to be rather expensive down on the ocean. I wish I had money 20 years ago. I could have bought it for cheap. But, it is what it is. I'll find something. And even if it's not right on the ocean, if it's overlooking or it's like 1 kilometer away, if it's overlooking, then that's fine too. I want the view, is what I really want. We don't have a view here, so I want something with a view. And that would be my last home, obviously. So, and I'm looking for probably 2,000 square meter. This house here is on 1,500 square meter, it's good. There's plenty of privacy and land here. So another 500 square meter would be awesome. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. Mark says, I have built a couple different homes over the years and really enjoy the design process. Super fun to see it all come. Yeah, no, that's the most exciting part, is to see what you've always dreamed about hit reality and then be finished. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on guys building homes. And, it's fun. I like the process, Mark. You're exactly right. It's fun to watch the progress that they make. And a lot of guys change things as they go. And will probably be me. I mean, you're always gonna make changes, and changes cost money. There's no doubt about it. But finding the right contract is going to be a challenge here. But I know I'm going to do a lot of looking around. I'm going to find guys that have a great reputation. I want to talk to people that have had homes and stuff built for them, and hope to get the right contractor. That'll be a challenge. But like I said, that's a ways away. But it's going to be cool. It's something to look forward to. You're probably thinking, well, geez, why are you doing this? At your age, you're 62. Why would you do this? Because that is my dream. Okay. My dream is in my head, and I'm never one to stop dreaming. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can still dream. I know a lot of you guys dream about moving over here. That was a dream of mine. I had that dream when I married my wife. Okay. 23 years later, or 22 years later, here we are. So we moved here. So that was a long-term dream. Now obviously, because of my age, now I got short-term dreams, and that's what I'm working on now, is my short-term dream. Well, I can't say it. So that's how it is. Never stop. Yeah, never stop dreaming. Keep going. Keep moving on, and just enjoy yourself along the way. And that's what's cool about having a YouTube channel. Because I can document all this, and then someday my kids will look back and say, "Yeah, that was pretty cool what Dad did," and that's why we do this. That's why I'm doing this, and you guys should do the same. Take video. You don't have to. Just take a video, throw it on YouTube. As a photo album, I say video album of things you've done. Don't worry about being professional about that. Be yourself, because God knows I'm not. I don't. I'm not very good at this. I just enjoy doing it. I enjoy interacting with you guys. Is what I really like. That's the best part. I can't believe I've met so many people on this. It's pretty cool. That was never a thought when I started doing this. It was always, I want to keep track of my life, and then so my kids have something to look back upon. Because let's face it, nobody looks at photo albums anymore, although I have. Hello, club. How are you? Thanks for coming on. I hope you're doing well. Everything's going good here. It's nice to have you on. Thanks for coming on. Where do you live? You live in the U.S. or where do you live? Or are you living in the Philippines? I like to know where people live. Um, so I'm right here in Bakong, obviously, uh, going on a year and a half. America. You live in America, okay. Um, I lived in New Hampshire in America for all my life. There's a very big difference between living in New Hampshire and living in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm very well. Oh, you're here in London. Okay. London, UK. I've been there. I went there when I was 18. That was a long time ago. I'm sure it's a lot different now. I'm 62. So I went to London and yeah, back in, oh boy, 82. Yeah, is one of when I went to London, 1982. So that was a long time ago. I went over there and I played, you guys call it football, we call it soccer, but I played soccer on an international team over there. International all-star team. I played in Belgium. I played Germany. I went everywhere. So, but it's been a long time. But welcome aboard. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Um, are you planning on moving to the Philippines? Let me know. Let me know if any of you guys out there. I know Mark's coming over here in April. Getting ready to make the trip over for a visit. I'm excited. Hope you can get over here to see me, Mark. That'd be cool. You know, you can stay here. You don't have to worry about it. I get the bed and breakfast. But yeah, things are doing well here. They really are. I don't have any complaints. I mean, the traffic is what it is, but you know, you get used to that. Marcus, I'm planning on it. Looking forward to it. Good, me too. I'll take you out for dinner. I'll take you to an Irish restaurant. It's called Fibber McGee's. If any of you guys are over here and live in Dumaguete area, go to Fibber McGee's. I'm telling you, it's one of the best restaurants in Dumaguete. It's an Irish pub is what it is. And their food is phenomenal. It really is. We went there on Valentine's Day. My wife and I, and we had a great meal. They got Guinness. I mean, whatever it is you like, they have there. But there's a lot of good places to eat around Dumaguete. But Fibber McGee's, Mark, plan on it. We'll go there. I'll take you there. It'll be my treat. It's not far from the airport. I can pick you up at the airport or the ferry, depending on how you come over. And then we can go there and have lunch, dinner, whatever time it might be. I was telling people earlier, we're getting ready for the big festival going on up at my sister-in-law's. And there's an 800-pound pig. I mean, we're planning on 500 people. And so we slaughtered it. They slaughtered it. I didn't, but they did the other night. And it took basically all day to get the meat cut up and all that, freeze it. We actually went out and bought a big freezer because we needed it for the meat. And then, so we've got more than enough pork to do all the pork dishes and things like that. So over the next 2 days, that's what they're doing. My wife went shopping with them all to buy all the ingredients. There's probably like 7 or 8 of them, ladies that are going in shopping, buying what they need. And they're going to be 2 days of preparing food. So when you have 500 people, it's crazy. So there's a lot of work to be done. And then I'm going to go up later and do some yard work and work around the house up there for them. But yeah, and then we got a couple pigs coming to do pig roast, lechon roast. So we're going to have plenty of food. And like I said earlier, I will do some video on it so you can see what it's like. But there's nothing like it here. If you like to have a good time, in Philippines, place to be. So what else is new out there, guys? Anybody got anything they want to share? Anything you want to talk about the Philippines or what's going on and, whatever. Feel free to speak up. Hit the like button too. I don't even know. how my likes are doing. But yeah, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm 10 away from my goal of 1,600. Just want to keep growing, and I can do it with your help. Feel free to share videos, all of that good stuff. Everything helps. Every time you watch my video, hit the like button and comment. It really does help a lot. They say comments help more than anything. And I tend to get quite a few comments on my videos thanks to you guys. So that's awesome. I really appreciate your support on that. Checking my phone, make sure I don't have any messages from the wife. I get paranoid now when I'm not with her. We spend all our time together. It's, that's what retirement's all about. Spending time with the one you love, So the one time I don't go with her, she has the incident. So I'm just checking my phone, make sure everything's okay. But so far, so good. I got a dry throat. It's dry over here right now. It's been a little bit humid. That's one of the things you get adjusted. It's a hard time adjusting to is the humidity at times. I'm sitting in here. I put the AC on in here in this office area, and it's been awesome. How easy or difficult is it to find mechanics or body shops? Actually, not that bad. I mean, obviously the truck is getting fixed through Ford, but there's quite a few body shops actually. Now, I don't know anything about them because I've never had anything fixed, but they're available. There's a lot of mechanics available, and they're really cheap. They don't work for a lot of money. I mean, you're talking like 700-800 peso a day at the most. And then whatever your parts may cost you. So your labor is probably $10-12 for the day. I mean, it's crazy. So, and then whatever parts, depending on what it is, if it's a foreign vehicle, your parts are going to cost you more. But I see body shops all the time, actually. They have a lot of stuff. They have like upholstery centers where you can get your furniture redone. You'd be surprised. There's a ton of motorcycle mechanics everywhere. Everywhere you drive here they work on motorcycles because that's obviously what the majority of people own here is motorbikes and scooters. So they're everywhere. But there's also garages here too that you see. That would probably be a good video to do. Take you around, show you some of the places that you can get stuff done, fixed. Insurance companies, things like that. There's pretty much everything you need is available. And Dumageti's not a huge city, but for the size of it, you pretty much can get anything done that you need to get done. So if you need body work done, there's places here for sure. Mark, I know traffic is crazy there. Is it just assume your car is going to turn into a scratch? Yeah, our car's already got a few scratches on it, and it's just over a year old. It's pretty much a given. Looking back now on purchasing a vehicle, I'm not sure I'd do the same thing again. I might just go out and buy something less expensive. Don't spend a ton of money because of what you're talking about. We had a trike go up against us. Not a big scratch, but it's there. They don't pay attention. It's very scary, and it does happen. It's very common here, and the worst part is something happens 9 times out of 10. They don't have insurance, so forget about getting your money. That's not going to happen. You see expats that over here are in accidents all the time. Every time we go down Dumaguete, you see like a fender bender type accident. It's usually an expat. And the saying is if an expat gets into a vehicle accident, Number one, they're not getting money. If it's the other guy's fault, if it's the Filipino's fault. And number two, if it's the expat's fault, you better bring your checkbook. So that seems to be common here, which is why I don't drive. I don't drive. Number one, I don't have the patience. I don't have patience sitting in the driver's seat, so forget about it. For me to be driving, I'm not a very patient driver. I would probably lose my cool right off the bat. And I know darn well if I get into a fender bender and it wasn't my fault, it's not going to be something I'm going to be happy about. And so my wife drives. She's an excellent driver. She does very well. So I'm not, if you can avoid driving, please do. I had one of my subscribers asked about um, should I rent a car or hire a driver? And definitely hire a driver. You just stay away from the wheel. You're better off. You're going to avoid a lot of situations if you do. Okay. Mark says, do you have a dash cam? I hear foreigners are, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was just talking about. I do have a dash cam. I have cameras that are built into the truck, okay? And I also have a GoPro, and we run the GoPro. As a matter of fact, I do that. I'll fire up the GoPro, and then you can just ride around with me and see what it's like. But yeah, you're going to be assumed to be at fault, and you're not going to get your money, just the way it is. Oh, Big D Dennis, if you haven't done it yet, I'd get a dash cam front and back. It, like I said, just barely said, it's already built in. We have the camera, front and back camera built into the truck. Our truck has about every option on it you could ask for. So we're covered as far as that goes. And, but you can never be careful enough. And that's why we have the GoPro. I actually looked at, down at the Ford dealership the other day, I looked at a dash cam that they mount right into the dash, the truck. And I'm thinking about buying it. It was only like 10,000 peso. And so I'm really thinking about buying it. I talked to the wife and she thinks it's a good idea too. So I think what we'll do is when I do buy it, I'll show you guys what it is and all about, what it's all about. And then I think the more you can cover your, you know what, the better. Like Dennis says, the CYA, you're exactly right. Never be underprepared. Just always expect the worst and prepare for it. It's the best advice I can give you over here. Every day you leave the house, I know I do, I expect something might happen and we prepare for it. And I hate to think that way, but you know, you got to. You just have to. Laugh out loud, Mark, great. And Dennis says, laugh out loud, Mark, great minds think alike. Yeah, you too. Oh, I'd love to have you two in the same room at the same time. We could have some good conversations. We really could. But Mark is going to be here in April. Come on, Dennis, get on a plane. Get over here. Spend a month. We'd have some good times. I already know it. Yeah, you guys, you like my best friends already, and I've never met you. As long as Mark, yeah, I know. Yeah, Mark, bring the barbecue. I wish I had some barbecue, some good old Texas style barbecue or Kansas City style ribs. You know, there's nothing better than steaks from Texas and ribs from Kansas City. You're talking the best of the best. Unfortunately, I can't get that here. I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Well, it's tough. I mean, beef is really hard to find. Good beef, anyway. You can get it, but it's going to cost you a fortune, and it's usually frozen. Oh, Dennis says, I'll teach everyone how to play Inuchiri, big game, and Hoosier Land. Okay, I've never played it. I'm not even sure what it is. So that's new to me. A big game in Hoosier Land. Yeah, I'm a New England guy. We don't. Actually, I'm not even sure what game would be famous from New England. Mostly outdoor activities is what I grew up with. I don't know if do you guys, any of you remember playing Capture the Flag? And do you know what it is? I did growing up. That was one of our favorite things as kids to play. It's pronounced like Yucca. Oh, okay, like Bob Euchre, something like that. Euchre. Okay, thank you, because I wouldn't have had a clue. It sounds like it'd be fun. The old Larry Bird territory, going back in the day. Dennis wants to know if you play euchre in Kansas City, Mark. That's a good question. What is the game? What's it even like? How do you even play it? Is it a board game or not sure what it is? We pretty much growing up did everything outside, mostly sports. I played baseball, I played football, I played soccer, I played, you name it, we played it. Yeah, I haven't heard of it either, Mark. It's the first time I heard of it. My question to Dennis is, did Larry Bird play euchre? That was my era growing up. Big Celtic fan back in the day. Celtics, Sixers were my two favorite NBA teams. I don't watch them anymore. I don't watch the NBA. I haven't for a long time. It changed a lot. It's not like it used to be. I like college basketball. I'm a Michigan fan. Sorry, Dennis, but I'm a Michigan guy. Football and basketball. I go back to the Fab Five back in college. Those were some good times back then. A lot of sports have changed today. It's not the same. I'm sure, Dennis says, I'm sure he did. It's the law. You have to play in, oh, okay. Pretty much the law. You got to play in Indiana, laugh out loud. Everyone knows here the game. Nobody else knows it. It's kind of a difficult game. Okay. Well, you could start something in the Philippines by introducing it. Start a new trend. That's what everything is all about today. Everything's about a trend. Find the newest trend and jump in. I tend to look. There's actually a lot of trends having to do with the Philippines as far as videos go. Okay, Dennis says, we still like you, Joe. Thank you, Dennis. I'm a major Colts and Hoosiers fan. Tom Brady used to, Tom Brady wiped everybody out. I'm the most spoiled Patriot fan on the planet. I'm going to be honest with you. So for us to get to the Super Bowl was completely unexpected. And, if we had Tom Brady, we would have won the Super Bowl. There's no way around it. And the Colts were good when you had Peyton Manning. Yeah, they were good. He was a great quarterback. Him and Brady used to battle all the time. It was fun to watch. It's a good time to be a Hoosiers fan. Yeah. I don't dislike the Hoosiers at all. They've always had some great teams. Yeah, Peyton was awesome. Yeah, he's the man. I like Peyton. I always did. Him and Brady were fun to watch. The two gunslingers going at it. I mean, Tom Brady wasn't even human in my eyes. I don't even know how he was amazing. When they won that Super Bowl and against Atlanta, being down 28-3 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, I had already given up. Obviously, I was pissed. I was like, give me another beer. I'm going to get drunk. I'm done. And then And then the whole game, I still watch that. The second half, I still watch that. And I still, to this day, everything had to go perfectly right in that game in order for them to win. And it did. I mean, if you're an Atlanta Falcon fan, I don't know how you deal with it. My emotions went from we're done, it's over, to I can't believe what I just saw. And it's got to be the opposite for the Atlanta fan. I mean, I can't even go to watch the owner of the Atlanta Falcons on the sidelines being jubilant and happy, and then his mouth dropped to the ground when we tied it up. It was just like, I can't believe it. You knew at that point it was over. When we got the two touchdowns and the two-point conversions, I said to my brother, I was watching with my brother, I said, I can't believe this. We're going to win this friggin' ball game. And he says, yep. He said, you're not stopping them now. I said, no, that defense is done. And he's a man on a mission now. He knows it's within his grasp. Anytime Tom Brady had anything within his reach, you can forget about it. I'm so blessed. And so if I never win another Super Bowl in my life, I'm not upset. I don't care. It's been a great run, and I'm very lucky and privileged to be a fan. But there, I'm off my salt. I'm off my salt box, but I got goosebumps now even thinking about it. It was so awesome to be a fan. Okay, let's see. What's Dennis saying? He says, Hoosiers football team. Yeah, that's amazing in its own. And honestly, I didn't know much about the football program. I didn't think they were that good. And unbelievable. Now you talk about that's a season for the books right there. Yeah, after being a losing team in college history, that's what I mean. They're not known to be a big football school. It's always about basketball. And good for you, Dennis, and I'm happy for you. I hope it continues to go that way for you. Like I said earlier, my run's already, I'm not upset about anything. I don't care if I ever win another one. I'm fine with it. Geo, there you are, Geo. Good morning, Joe. Geo, I just sent a friend request on Facebook follow page. Okay, we're in Valencia packing and cleaning, and Alma has a showing here today at 1. Oh, okay, good luck, buddy. My wife is down there in Dumagetti somewhere with the ladies getting ready for our festival fiesta that's coming up. So she's doing a bunch of shopping. I think she's at the mall. Or she could be a hypermart for all I can't talk. Sorry, guys. She could be a hypermart. So, Gio, if you need my help or anything, let me know. I can help you out. I can't do much as far as moving goes because obviously my truck, I don't have it. I got my brother-in-law's, but we're tied up with that. But if there's anything else you need, you let me know. I'm more than willing to help you out. Gio is in the process of moving. He's moving from Valencia, moving down into Cebulan. So he's got a place down there that he's moving into for a lot cheaper. I think he's going from 45,000 peso a month to 20. So he's pretty excited. Yeah, I saw you said something about a rental truck. Is it a good truck? I hope it is. 3,000 peso a day for 24 hours. Okay. All right, that's good to know. I was actually just talking about possibly doing a rental, but just ripped my headphones out. I'm talking about doing a truck rental possibly, but I need to find out if it's covered through my insurance. I'm not going to spend 3,500 peso a day for 2-3 weeks. So, brand new Nissan. Nice. Why don't you just buy it and get it over with? That's the way to go. You need a new truck anyway, Gio. Talk to him. Nissans are nice. They really are a nice truck. when we were thinking about buying a vehicle, we looked at Nissan, but I wanted the Ford. And the Ford's been good. It worked. It's been a great truck. They do rental at Valencia Market, bottom part price, different price in town. Okay. Yeah, well, that's pretty good price for a brand new truck, I must say, for rental. I'm sure it has all the insurance and all that on it. You have a lot of stuff to move, Gio. I know you got a washing machine, but you probably don't have a lot of big stuff. But yeah, let me know. If you need some help, I'm more than willing to help you out. And I will friend request you. And we can get back to chatting. We got to get together soon anyway. Nissans are going for, wow, that's, and the payment's 2.8. So you've already looked into it. That's about the price I paid for my truck. For the Wild Track, we paid 1.9, or no, 1.7, I think it was. I don't exactly remember now, but that's that's about the same price we paid. So I guess I got a really good deal. The price has probably gone up. Oh, Dennis, will you stop it? You've got to stop. You don't have to keep doing this, my friend. I really appreciate you. You're a good man. You're always out here supporting me, and I appreciate it. But I'm not asking you to. You've done more than enough. It means a lot to me, your support. I know you guys too. It's not about the money. You don't feel obligated. I really appreciate it. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy. There's a few things I'm going to buy. I'm going to end up doing some shirts, t-shirts, and some coffee cups. I'm thinking about doing that and creating a store. I'm getting some stickers printed up so I can hand out to people. When I'm doing videos, a lot of people will say, "What's your channel?" So I want to do some things like that out there so that they can subscribe to the channel. Okay, Gio says, "Okay, boss, ladies barking orders." Yeah, I understand that. Gotta go. Back to work. When do I get to retire? With you, I don't think you ever will, Gio. You're always doing something. And I'm the same way. That's fine. Enjoy yourself. Good luck, my friend. We'll talk to you later. You take care. But yeah, Dennis, you're the man. I appreciate you. You really do. Thanks for supporting me. You need to get over here. Try to get over here with Mark. I'd love nothing more than the three of us to hang out, and have a good time. This is for my 16-0 Hoosiers. It's been watching football since 1980 and never thought I'd see. Yeah, good for you. I mean, it's amazing. And, now that this has happened for you with the undefeated season, it could open the floodgates. You got some good coach. You got a good coach. Obviously, your recruiter is very good. And then once you put a season like that together, it will attract a lot of guys to the program. Because nobody thinks of the Hoosiers as being a big football program. But now that could change. Success always breeds success. So just always remember that. You're heading in the right direction. And I'm sure you had a good time. Okay, Mark, thank you, my friend. You take care. Thanks a lot for your support also. And we'll see you next week in the live stream. We'll do it the same time, same place, 9 o'clock. It seems to be a good time. And Mark, have a great week. Hope everything goes well. We don't want bad stories from people. We want good stories. So if you got a good story out there, let me know. Dennis obviously has one with his Hoosiers. That's a great story. I'm sure, Dennis, that you never thought going into the football season in college that this would happen. I mean, I was the same way with the Patriots. I mean, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but they won 4 games last year, okay? And then this year they're in the Super Bowl. So I understand completely the feeling and the thought process. Is like, no, I didn't expect it. If somebody would have said, I'm going to bet you $100 the Patriots make the Super Bowl before the season started, I would have taken the bet. And guess what? I would have lost, which is totally amazing. So, but that's what that's what makes sports great. They never give up. Set goals. That's what these guys do. My voice is starting to get dry. Talking too much. That's what my wife says. I talk too much. But that's what I like to do. So anyway, guys, if let me know if you get anything else. If not, we've been going for what now? Hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, that seems to be good. We got up to 10 people at one point. That's awesome. Thank you. That seems to be our number. Obviously, I'd like to go higher, but maybe it takes time. The good thing is I'm getting my same loyal base out here every week, and I appreciate that. So yeah, unless you got something else, I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys. I'm gonna go start getting to work here. I'm gonna go do the pool, get my stuff done. Got a lot of things to do, but Dennis, good night to you. Good night to everybody else that's online. And if you're in the Philippines, have a great day. So, and Dennis says it's not always quality. Yeah, quantity, but quality. You're right about that. We got a good group of guys here. You're right. We get the same dedicated people every week, and it's awesome. And it's really cool. And I really appreciate it. I really do. It means a lot to me. And we'll just keep going. We'll find more and more as we go. Just never give up. I'll keep posting videos, and you guys just keep supporting me, and I appreciate you. So with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. And really, really thanks a lot for being here. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.